What it do, Kaizoku crew? It's your boy, Kaizoku Ice. First off, different setup. I'm sitting down right now. I usually be standing up. Also have the hat back on. I'm never taking the hat off again. Hat stays on for everything. Shower, going to sleep, doing whatever you can think of. Stays on, right? Hat stays on. Anyways, I digress. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the absolute best waifu cards to buy in the One Piece trading card game. This whole idea stemmed from the simple fact that I was burned and my heart was broken at the fact that we didn't get a manga Robin in EB03 and we got the Uta. But it made me really think, why did we get Uta, right? I think Uta is popular. Obviously, she was in Film Red, but I don't think she's extremely popular. But then it kind of made me take a step back and had to reflect. I think there's actually some very undervalued and underrated waifu cards, and typically the cards that do extremely well besides Luffy and Nami are the other waifus like, Hancock, for example. But I think that there's a discrepancy in the recent popularity poll. This is something that I pulled up. This popularity poll came out in 2021, but obviously since 2021, things have changed, right? Carrot is not going to be number 8 anymore, right? This is probably when we were in Zou and or Whole Cake Island, and Carrot was pretty prominent, a prominent character, but things have changed, right? I mean, for the simple fact, I think I saw Bonnie, right? Bonnie is obviously very popular right now with Egghead, but she's 85 right here. And I do think that Bonnie currently right now, if you made this popularity poll today, she might be top 20, right? So, using my expertise, One Piece knowledge, and my absolute love and passion for One Piece and the trading card game itself, I kind of recreated this list in particular for the waifus, and I realized there's a lot of value for a lot of these cards. So, I mean, even for example, Uta's not even on this list right now, and the fact we have an Uta manga rare, we had Film Red, where Uta was the main character, just makes so much sense. So, without further ado, let us get into the video. First card we talked about is Uta, but there's one card. I was going to focus on cards under $20, but it would be shameful for me not to talk about the Ado and Uta cards. So if you guys aren't familiar with Ado is a Japanese singer who actually voiced and sang Uta's parts in Film Red. Very popular artist. She has 8.52 million subscribers, and as you can see in her view count on her videos, 100 million views, right? Very, very popular character. And if you guys didn't know, they actually have a Uta X Ado Dawn that came out in English and in Japanese, both One Piece Day. In the PSA 10 for the Japanese one, it costs $403 by now. And then there is an English version that you can see here that goes for $423. However, this is one that's really interesting because typically, you'd think that the English versions of the One Piece trading card game would do better than the Japanese. However, I don't think this is the case for this card in particular because there's a clear discrepancy in the popularity of Ado in the West versus in Japan, right? I honestly don't think a lot of y'all even know who Ado is unless you're extremely tapped into, J-pop and, Japanese culture in general. But this card is really good in English, and it was hard to get because you could only get it at One Piece Day Dallas. So, you actually had to go to Dallas to get this card. But I would think for the Ado X Uta Dawn card, the Japanese one would actually do a little bit better or a lot better because there are more fans of Ado in Japan or, in the East than there is in the West, here in America, for example. So, I don't have this card either in Japanese or English, but it's something that I'm currently looking at because I'm a big fan of some of these more like rare Dawns. I mean, obviously this is not like a regular Dawn that exists in the trading card game. Similar to the Green Boys Dawn that I mentioned that you got at One Piece Day in, I think, China. I have that card because I thought it was really unique art. I think that this card art is unique also, and if I had to get one, I'd probably get the Japanese one, not the English one. Anyways, let's now go to the actual cards I want to talk about. I did just have to mention that one because I thought it was really important, but I'm on TCG Player. I basically just searched for Uta cards. There's a lot of good Uta cards, but obviously you guys know I try to find the absolute best value for these cards. And there are two cards in particular that stick out to me. It's this Uta gift collection and then the Uta from the Film Red premium collection. So This Uta gift collection card is so nice to me. Let's look at it near mint price. It's currently $8, and it's really weird because I've been looking at this card for a while. I believe it was only $3, a couple weeks ago, but I do believe that there was a buyout recently. Yeah, just a couple weeks ago, August, September time, it was about $2.81. It has been bought out since, and lowest price right now, I guess there is one for $3, but $5 shipping. Dang, who's charging $5 for shipping? That's low-key messed up, I'm not gonna lie. When I ship out to the Kaizoku crew, that's free for y'all. So, whatever. Anyways, I digress. I love this card, and in particular, obviously Uta, I was low-key a hater because I want to be Manga Robin in EB03, but I'm not dumb. I do know that Uta is extremely popular, especially with the auto connection. I mean, everybody loves Uta in general. Not as much as Robin, obviously, but people do love Uta. And the best part about this card is actually drawn by Akiko Sugizono. They're known for a lot of their leader arts from EB02, and also this Chopper gift collection card that I think is just so cute, so beautiful. But this is not a video about Chopper, it's about the waifus. So, Akiko was actually, let me see, I pulled this up on IMDb. They're actually pretty prominent, or they're featured in a lot of prominent animes. Obviously, One Piece. We got Bunny Senpai here, Doraemon, Darling in the Franxx. I think I saw, Your Lie in April, just one episode, but Your Lie in April was goated. I cried watching it. Great, absolute great show, right? So, very prominent artist. And, if you can get this card, this Uta gift collection card for, in between $3 to $8, I'm getting this card every single time. Let's call it a $5 card. I mean, I would gladly and willingly spend $5 to get this Uta card. And 2023 gift collection, you have to get those in retail stores. I think overall, in general, the 2023 gift collection is a good buy, and it's going to be more scarce to find. It has the OPO4 packs, and it has that extra pack that has all of these cards. I think that that's going to do well over time. 2023 is, basically the first year of the trading card game. You don't count 2022 with the super pre-release stuff and Romance Dawn. 2023 is essentially the first year. So I think anything from 2023 is going to do extremely well. For $5, you don't want to miss out on this Uta. Similarly, with the Uta from the Film Red Premium Card Collection, this card is very nice. I love the red borders. I actually just like that entire Film Red Premium Collection in general, but if I had to choose one, I do like the Uta. And this card, this card's not expensive at all. $2.52. It's on a little bit of a down slope, I guess. I do think it's probably gonna go back up eventually, but yeah, right now you can buy it for $2.99. There's actually a lot of copies of this card, so there's just a friendly reminder, no need to FOMO into any of these cards. A lot of y'all have asked me in particular, Kaizoku Ice, as you know, the market is crazy. How should I buy? What should I buy? What is a good price to buy? And that's why I'm making this video in particular, is because I want y'all to get some of the better valued cards, below $10, because some of the other stuff that I've talked about, like the pre-errata Luffy's, super pre-release cards, manga rares, even for myself, that's completely out of my budget, and I'm kind of focusing more on cards that I think haven't had that crazy skyrocket yet, and more importantly, cards that you guys can get for extremely good value. So those are the two Uta cards I really, really like. The next character we're going to talk about is Bonnie. As you guys remember, Bonnie is currently 85. 4 years ago, Bonnie's easily top 20 now. So I do think that she warrants, a major price correction on a lot of her cards, whether it's a Bonnie manga itself. I'm not going to talk about that one, but I'm going to talk about two cards here that I like that are under $10. It's these two right here, these Bonnie alternate arts. The first one I want to talk about is the Bonnie from EB02. In general, I think that you should be buying alternate arts from EB01, EB02, and PRB1 and 2 because those sets are very limited, very rare. So to get the alternate arts in those sets, I'd rather, for example, have this Bonnie from EB02 than this Bonnie from OPO7, even though I do like this art here. But to get the alternate arts from some of those special sets, I think that has immense value in itself, because I do think that EB01, EB02, and PRB1 and 2 are just going to continue to go up in their prices for booster boxes. Anyways, This card is fantastic. It's only $7 right now. If you look at it on a year trend, spiked at like what, 21 when it came out in May. It's been slowly going down, but I do think that right now at $7.46 is a great time to buy this card. Once again, anything under $10, I think just skip out on that Chipotle, skip out on that lunch, you're golden, you're good. So I like this card. I also like the OP07 Bonnie from 500 Years in the Future. You know, it's just a fun card in general. It's drawn by Sunohara. I've mentioned Sunohara before, great artist. And it's just Bonnie eating food. I mean, who doesn't like Bonnie? It's like just trademark Bonnie. So I like this card a lot. If you're looking at the yearly trend here, it's also kind of bottomed out also. But, you know, we're currently in Egghead right now. We already finished Bonnie's backstory, so, you know, I would have thought this card would have gone up a little bit more because the Bonnie hype is extremely real. I mean, we have OP12, which had the Bonnie manga. I'm not sure if it's because of the fatigue we've had with her, with everything with OP12 and in the show, but I think over the test of time, with Bonnie even potentially becoming a member of the crew, I mean, that's a whole thing in itself. I think that this card is going to do extremely well. So I like this card a lot. Moving along, the next waifu is my girl Perona. Who doesn't love a goth baddie? I do. I love all goth baddies. I mean, can't go wrong, right? Perona right now is actually 25th, which I think is like, I was kind of shocked when I saw that, because to see Perona above, let's see, Rebecca and Shirahoshi also at 50, I mean, that's shocking, but that shows the goth baddie sells. So Perona cards, there's a lot of good ones. In particular, a lot of the winter cards look fantastic out of our budget. Let's look at some of the cheaper ones. And I'm looking at the Perona from the Premium Card Collection Volume 4 and the box topper from Romance Dawn. This card just recently came out in English. I believe the Premium Card Collection only shipped in September. So right now, the prices are fluctuating. So I will say, be careful if you are looking at this card, because there's not too much price history on it yet. And typically, when these premium card collections come out, they sell for a lot at the beginning, similar to how, you know, with booster boxes, whether it's PRB2 or OP12 and 11, during pre-release, those cards were extremely expensive, but then over the test of time, just like even like 2 to 3 months later, the cards went down, right? And they kind of slowly plateaued. That could be the case with this card, right? Maybe it's not actually an $11 card. As y'all can see, people are buying this card for about $3.55 on release. So I would think that this card is more like a $5 to $8 card. So if it ever gets in that range, I'd probably try to get a lot of this card, because to me, this is one of the best Perona arts in the trading card game. It's actually, I think, one of the only ones with her in her post-time skip outfit. Let's see here. Yeah, all the ones here, like these championship cards, this is her on Thriller Bark. This one has it in her post-time skip outfit, but obviously out of our budget. So, you know, if we're not counting this one right here, there's no other Perona in her pre-time skip outfit to my knowledge besides this one right here, and then this one from OP10, but this one isn't a alternate art, it's just a regular common. So this one is like literally the only alternate art of Perona that is of her from her post-time skip, right? And I love it. You know, it's showing her, I forgot her fruit called, like the hollow fruit, I think, with the ghost, and then her little like bear thing right here. Like, I like this card a lot. I am not buying this at $11.38, and I'm not sure if you guys should either. But I will say, I think that this is one of the best Perona arts in the game. So this card does have a lot of potential in my eyes to go up a lot in the future. So that's the first Perona. The second one, this is a pretty basic Perona. It's just a box topper from the Romance Dawn boxes. I like this card a lot. It is $12.80, and I do believe that there are a lot of this card in circulation right now, because, you know, you had the chance to get one of 4 box toppers in your Romance Dawn boxes. So, you know, this is one of them. I like it. It's $12.80, and, you know, I love anything from the Romance Dawn era, and I do think that this is one of the ones that you should have, as it is an alternate art Perona. I love it. So just looking at the yearly trend real quick, yeah, it was like, what, $31 about a year ago. It's slowly gone down. Seems like people bought it, and it might start plateauing, but I could see this card going back up to that $15 to $20 range in the near future, because it's a Romance Dawn alternate art. I mean, even though it has a relatively high population count, I'm assuming, it's still something from that era, and I think that anything from that vintage era is going to do well. So we've got 2 waifus left. Next, we've got Yamato. Yamato is one that I'm very interested in. Obviously, we're done with Wano, so maybe she's kind of lost steam, or they've lost steam. But Yamato's a banger. Whether Yamato's a guy or a girl, they're fire, I'm not gonna lie. And there's one card in particular, actually, no, there's 2 cards, I lied. There's 2 cards that I really like there's 2 cards I like of Yamato. Wow, I can't speak right now. Maybe it's a new hat, or maybe it's a new house, maybe it's a new hat, I don't know. Anyways, this card is from the premium card collection, similar to the Perona. It is $9, but man, this art's freaking beautiful. Once again, similar kind of warning as the Perona. The prices for premium card collection are probably gonna drastically fluctuate. Right now, I mean, we don't have much data at all, but it was selling for about $11. It's slowly gone down. Does it go lower? Does it go higher? I don't really know, but for $9 for a beautiful card like this, she's literally holding Oda's journal. I mean, that's not Oda's journal. What's his name? Odin's journal. This is a great card, and I want this card, especially under $10. It's kind of a no-brainer for me. But once again, be warned, this price might fluctuate, in the next couple of months, depending on how many people are selling their cards from Premium Collection Volume 4. And then the next Yamato card, this one I have so much faith in this card. Similar to the same thesis that I had for the Uta coming from Gift Collection 2023. But I mean, this Yamato card is a banger. I mean, once again, guy, girl, I don't care. Banger Yamato card, and I do think anything from Gift Collection 2023 is going to go up. In the past year, as you can see, kind of peaked at $7. It did go low again about a couple months ago, 6 months ago. Oh, I can't math. 3 or 4 months ago, it was going for only $3.50, but it's slowly going back up, right? And I do think that it can continue to go up. To me, I think that this is a $10 card. If you're comparing it to any of the other Yamato cards, I think that this one's extremely undervalued. I mean, I think that this card right here is a lot better than even the winner card right here. I know the winner stamps are fantastic, but I like the art on this one a whole lot better. And y'all probably know why I like it a lot better, but I just think it's fantastic. I think that these Yamato cards are still better than this one, but for $7, I think that there's more room to increase for this card than there is for these 2 cards right here. So I love this Yamato card. I will be getting a couple copies of this card at $6.99. I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. So, all right, guys, last waifu, and this one I've talked about before, but I feel like it's still extremely slept on. Miss Wednesday, and I'm not talking about Vivi, I'm talking about Miss Wednesday. It makes no sense to me why this card is less than $20 even. We're about to get the catalyst that is the One Piece live action. We're about to get introduced to Miss Wednesday, and most importantly, this comes from EB01. EB01 is one of the most expensive booster boxes, so this is a card that I think is extremely undervalued. $11.45, once again, skip your Chipotle, it don't matter. Eat McDonald's for a couple days, even though low-key McDonald's have been raising their prices, inflation, whatever. But guys, this is a no-brainer to me. I measured this card a long time ago. It kind of, at the year trend, it was only $5 in December. It went up to $11.45, went down to $8, and now it's back up to that $11 mark. And I do think that this card can go even higher. To me, when the live action season 2 comes out, we get introduced to Vivi, aka Miss Wednesday. This is a $20 card. I'm so sure of it. So I love this card. I'm not going to talk about any Vivi cards in particular, because I'm really focusing on Miss Wednesday, because I do think that Miss Wednesday versus Vivi, I think Miss Wednesday is going to be more impactful, in my opinion, in live action season 2. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm going with. That's my thesis on it. So, guys, I gave y'all, I don't even know how many cards, but at least 5 cards I think you guys should buy. I do think that besides Luffy and Nami, the waifus, and Zoro, the waifus are the way to go. It's almost like a no-brainer. We all love the waifus. It just makes sense. That's why EB03 is going to do extremely well. And I do think that the individual cards of the characters in EB03 are also going to do well too. So, that's it for today's video. Another long one, but you guys have been asking for what I have been wanting to buy, what cards I think are going to do well, and I do think that all of these waifu cards here are going to do well. So that is it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Once again, we're almost at 3,000 subscribers, so let's get there. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's have fun next week, because once we hit 3,000, we're in for a banger video and a banger giveaway. So stay tuned. I'm Kaizoku Ice. Stay cool, stay chill, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.